what's up, everybody? Matt here, and today I am doing a review of the Sabinetek Audio Console, the SabineCast, and it's pretty amazing. I love this thing. I use it all the time, and so I want to share it with you guys, show you a little bit about it. I was actually going to record this for Amazon Live. I think I still will, and I'll share it there. So I'm going to remove the tickers and other things off the screen here really quick, and then I'm going to walk through. I'm going to give you guys a little preview of what this bad boy looks like, and just show it to you because it is really a neat tool to use. So I'm going to show this to you guys, and I'm going to pull these tickers and things off the screen. So let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. So we just got a clean screen here, and I'm going to walk you through this. So if you're unfamiliar with what the Sabinetek Audio Console is, it's the tool that I use for all of my audio that you hear here. But I'm going to unbox it for you here. So it comes in this awesome two boxes, the Sabinetek Audio Console box, as well as the box with the wired microphone. And so I want to show you some of the cool features. So when we open the box, what you'll see is you've got this amazing soundboard. Okay, now I'm going to explain kind of what all of it does and what makes it so magical. And then I'm going to demo some of the sounds and things like that through the board so you can see for yourself how cool this is. But if you're looking for a great audio setup for podcasting, live streaming, recording, this is the way to go. Even if you're looking for one that you could take on the road with you wirelessly. Why do I say that? This actually has a built-in battery so that you can use this board. You could take it with you. You could be recording, streaming, whatever, without having to plug it in. Now, if you're using your computer, your laptop, your desktop, Mac, PC, doesn't matter. It actually has the ability on the back. So I'm going to walk you through some of this stuff. You have the ability on the back to plug in right there. It's got a micro USB that goes out to USB that will plug into your machine so that your audio will come through this directly into the machine. But it's got some other cool inputs too. So you can plug, if you've got an Android phone or you can get an iPhone that's got like lightning to micro USB, you can put your phones into this so that if you want to physically plug them in, you can have the audio going into those as well. But here's what gets even better. You've got an auxiliary port. You've got a port just for headphones, like monitors, things like that. You've got a headset port. So if you've got a headset with a mic on it, maybe you don't want to take your XLR mic with you, you can just plug in like a headset with a microphone and use that. But you've got two microphone inputs on the back that are the smaller input. But all of this works seamlessly. But there's something else really amazing. So one of the really cool things that you can do with this board is you can actually send sound from your phone into the SabineCast via Bluetooth. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, if I want to play music on my phone, I play an audio from my phone, I can connect my phone
connected
to the SabineCast. Then I can choose anything from my audio library and it'll play through. But there's some cool features as well. There's a feature called ducking on the board, and I'll kind of walk you through the entire board, but ducking will actually reduce the sound of inbound audio from your phone that you're putting into the SabineCast. So if you're sending audio from your phone into the SabineCast and then you start talking, it'll reduce that background audio. So let me walk you through a couple things on the board, and then I'll show you how they work. So on the board, you've got your volume, and this is controlling the volume you're going to hear through the headphones that are or monitors that you're listening to. You've got auxiliary volume. So if you've got something plugged in to the back to one of these audio ports or mic ports, like maybe you've got a microphone for a guitar, something like that, you're a musician, this will, the auxiliary slider will control the volume coming in for that. You've got microphone gain. So this will adjust the amount of audio pushed out of the board into whatever you're recording into. Then you get some really cool things over here. So you've got all of the manual adjustments up here for your highs, mids, lows, reverb, as well as output volume here. So you get the gain, which takes the volume of the mic that comes in, that goes into the board. Sorry, that's what the gain does. And then you get the output, which pushes the power of the audio coming out of the board into your machine. Your power button is up here. So again, this is got a battery in it. So you can notice this one turned on. This is my second one. I've got one plugged in that I'm actually using to record this. But you can, it's got a battery built inside, so you can take this on the road with you. This is portable. It is not something that you have to have plugged in all the time, which is really neat. Now down here, you've got pre-programmed buttons. You'll notice 9 of them. First 5 are pre-programmed with sounds. Here, let me share these sounds with you. like a little crash boom bang sound. You've got a machine gun sound there. You've got, oh, that's pretty awesome sound. You've got the applause, and then you've got crows. But then you can also record into the board. So if you hold down a button while you're recording, it'll say recording starting. Then you can speak into it. You can record things into it. So let's say you got a podcast opener like mine. You can record it into the board and then press the button. You're listening to the Value Driven Podcast with Matt Koenig. Now let's get your day started right. There you go. So you've got the ability to record right into the board. But now I mentioned a feature earlier called ducking that I'll show you in a second, but you've got some other buttons here too that are pretty awesome. One is monitor. So this is the ability to hear yourself from the microphone so you can hear how you sound. The next one is the ducking button. That's what's going to reduce that background music, which I'll show you in a moment. The next one is called loop back. Loop back is this. Maybe you're doing a live stream like this, but you want to play a video. With the loop back feature turned on, the audio from your machine will also loop back through the board and play into the live stream so that people can hear that sound fully. Now you'll also notice a couple other buttons down here. You've got a reverb mode button. I'll show you what that does here in a second. You've got a button for the auto tune, and then you've got another one. So here I'm going to walk you through how all of these work. So I showed you how those sounds work, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the reverb, change the different modes here. So we've got the original soundtrack OST. That's just your standard sound with no reverb turned on. Now I'm going to put it in pop mode. So now you can hear the reverb in pop mode. If I were singing like a pop singer, that's pop reverb. You've got pro mode, which gives you this reverb. And by the way, you have the dial here, the reverb dial, where you can adjust the amount of reverb. So if I'm going to take it up or down, I can just turn this dial. If I just want a little reverb, cool. If I want to crank it up, I could turn it way up. Next reverb mode here is host mode. That's what we've got. Here's the normal sound for host mode, but again, you can dial it up or down to reduce the amount of reverb or increase it. And last but not least, there is good old karaoke mode. How is this useful? If you're playing audio into it, karaoke mode will reduce, it'll look for a way to reduce the vocals out of the song so you can sing over it. And last but not least, in reverb mode, we've got MC. So if you're MCing an event and it's got that background noise, it'll give that reverb. So there's all of your different reverb modes. You hit it again, it goes back to original soundtrack. Now, if I hit the lightning bolt button here, what the lightning bolt button does is it is auto tune. That's this button here. So, oops. Sorry, I accidentally hit the wrong ones there. So if I hit the lightning bolt button, what it does is it activates the auto tune feature, which will go through all of these keys that you see on top. So you can press the auto tune button and you can auto tune your voice to a different key. So if I hit this button, now it's got me in the key of C. But if I hit it again, it'll go to C sharp. If I hit it again, it'll go to D. So I'm just going to reduce this reverb dramatically for a moment. But now you can hear the auto tune. So if you hold the same note and just push through la, you can hear it adjusting the pitch. Now, anytime you want to bring it back to normal, you can hit this reverb noise cancellation button right there. And by the way, it has noise cancellation built in as well to reduce your background noises. This is why you don't hear things like our two puppies that play in the background all the time. You don't hear them because noise canceling is on. So you've got that. Now, last but not least, there's another button here, and there are 4 pre-programmed voice modulators for female voice, male voice, monster voice, baby voice, and I'll let you hear all of these funny voices too. So here goes female voice.
Now, this is how it sounds coming through, and I can reduce the reverb if I want, but this is what I guess what a robot thinks a female sounds like. Now let's go to male voice.
And apparently, as of now, my voice is not deep enough, so a true male voice sounds like a mix between Barry White and an ogre. Now, this is the voice you're going to use if you're being a scary monster, okay? And last but not least, here's what I sound like as a baby.
Well, this is what a baby sounds like. It sounds like a cartoon baby. So there you go.
Of course, when we hit the noise cancellation button, it brings us back home to our normal human voice. Now I want to show you what the ducking feature does. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my my podcast soundtrack intro, so you'll hear that. And then I'm going to hit the ducking, turn on the ducking here. And that way it'll reduce the audio in the background when I start talking. So here goes the intro. Now, when I start talking, notice that the music dips down. But when I stop talking, podcast with Matt Koenig. Now let's get your day started right. It brings the volume back up, but then when I start talking, it dips it back down again. So that's one of the amazing features about this board. It has got a ton of stuff packed into it, and it's priced in a way that is just mind-blowingly good. So you can pick this up right now for an outstanding price. Make sure you click the button, get a hold of one of these. It is literally the best soundboard you are ever going to buy.